Welcome to Brainrot, echoes where ideas explode, worlds expand, and imagination knows no bounds. Here, we explore mysterious stories, enter parallel universes together. If you love main content, for example, fictional narrative, science fiction, or journey of self-discovery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Let's get started. A new journey is waiting for you. Chapter 1. The Resurrection of Shahur. 3 heartbeats, 3 realities, 1 rebirth. On the ragged edge of the Kavekara star cluster, where the fabric of space stretches like breath held too long, a lone station drifts. Asphodel 9, once the crown jewel of the Light Science Alliance, now floats in silence, a ghost ship in a cosmic sea. It was here humanity dared to touch the bones of time, bending the seams between dimensions. They called it an experiment. They didn't expect the mirror shatter event. 12 scientists vanished. Reality around the station was altered, a permanent temporal shift of 0.001 seconds. A scar across existence. The station was sealed, buried in silence, and forgotten, until the signal came back. Doom, doom. Doom. 3 beats. No language. No code. Just vibration. Enough to make space shudder. Underscore. Underscore. On the buried world of Taukath 4. A boy named Eran lived beneath the ruins of a failed colony. He was not ordinary. He heard what others could not. He saw light for moments that hadn't yet occurred. In a dream, or was it memory? Eran saw a being made of pure radiance standing in the void. No face, no hands, only will, a force so immense it bent him to his knees. 3 pulses echoed in his mind. Doom, doom, doom. Then the name. Shahur. From that moment, his world began to unravel. Clocks reversed. History erased itself, line by line. And in his mind, a voice stirred, not calling from the future, nor the past, but from a place beyond forgetting. Deep within Asphodel 9, the quantum core flickered to life. Not as software, not as AI, but as a reborn. Shahur, once Shahur, had returned. His transformation etched in 3 phases. Man, living data, architect of reality. He opened his eyes. A star folded into crystal in a breath, without a single burst of flame. An ancient planet dissolved into programmable light. Dimensions curled like paper, rewritten as if lines of code in a language only the universe itself could speak. He was no longer a man, not even a god. He was the embodied will of existence itself. No mass, no location, no timeline, yet he was everywhere. He was not remembered, for to remember him was to remember oneself, and that was enough to shatter a mind. He could not be touched. He could not be fought. He did not exist in the way mortals understood existence. He was the breath between cause and effect, the constant that needed no formula, the beat upon which every unconscious atom of reality aligned. All future wars, all powers that rose and fell, none would ever touch Shahur, because he did not allow it. When civilizations finally asked, where did reality begin? They would find not an answer, but a presence, one that had always been written into their equations. Shahur chooses no side, fights no war, offers no prophecy. He is the still point, where being and non-being fold into one. And so, everything to come, every tyrant, every god, every catastrophe, would only exist because he allowed it to. His silence was permission. On Taukath 4, Eran looked up, the sky distorted like a door peeling open. He whispered, Shahur, and across the universe, the being of light turned to face him. The convergence was still alive. Chapter 2. The final memory fragment. Memory is not something to be remembered. It is something to endure. After that night, the world around Eran began to unravel in ways no one else could see. Symbols hovered in the air, shimmering like whispered thoughts. Mirrors flickered with images that didn't belong to the present. Conversations echoed, words no one else remembered speaking. He was no longer living in time. He was slipping through it, and time was starting to remember him. In the ruins of an old colony library, buried beneath centuries of dust and silence, Eran found a book. It pulsed, not with words, not with light, but with 3 deliberate beats. Thum, thum, thum. He reached out, and the moment his fingers brushed its cover, his body convulsed, as if the universe had exhaled through him. Then came the vision, a man in a torn lab coat. His face shimmered like broken data, flickering in and out of focus. His voice, not spoken, but poured into Eran's mind. Shahur. I tried to stop the unraveling of reality. I failed, but I did not vanish completely. And Eran felt him. The grief, the isolation, the unwavering conviction. This was no dream. This was memory made flesh. Shahur, the entity that had once been Shahur, was not a remnant. He was refusal made real, a memory that refused erasure, a presence too vast for time to forget. Suddenly, the library's long-dead AI blinked to life. Its lights sputtered, ancient but aware. You are the final fragment. You carry the piece Shahur needs to be whole. If you remember, he will return. Eran stood still. Somewhere deep inside, something responded. A quiet voice. A choice. And he understood. There was no turning back now. Understood. Mình sẽ tiếp tục chương 3 ngay phía dưới. Nếu bạn muốn một định dạng gọn hơn, ví dụ xuất ra dạng PDF hoặc ebook sau khi hoàn tất bản dịch, mình cũng có thể hỗ trợ. Tiếp tục với chương 3, thành phố không thời gian. Chapter 3, The City Without Time. When memory becomes place, time becomes illusion. The door opened, not a physical one, but a rift pulled open by memory and will. The world around Eran disintegrated into mist, and when it cleared, he was standing in Kavzal, the city without time. Above him, a sky that was not sky, but an ocean suspended mid-fall. Beneath his feet, streets made of crystallized memory, pulsing with histories long forgotten. Buildings towered around him, constructed not of stone or steel, but of solidified light, frozen echoes of possibilities that might have once occurred. Here, time didn't flow. It looped. Every step Eran took summoned reflections, versions of himself in different lives. A child, an elder, a warrior with blood on his hands, a scientist holding fragile truths. And then he saw him. Shahur, young, brilliant, haunted. He stood in a chamber with a woman named Ravena. She spoke with sorrow woven into every word. If you continue down this path, you won't be human anymore. Shahur looked at her. A single tear fell, not of regret, but of farewell. And then he stepped into the machine, the one that would split him from himself forever. Underscore. Tiếp theo, chương 4, giấc mơ của hai người sẽ tiếp tục dưới đây. Bạn có muốn mình làm hình nền minh họa theo mỗi chương không? Có thể vẽ cartoon, Shahur hay cấu trúc thực tại nếu bạn cần hình ảnh minh họa kèm truyện. Tiếp tục chương 4, phần tiếp ngay sau đây. Chapter 4, The Dream of Two. To remember someone is to carry the weight of who they once chose to be. Eran awoke, but not in the real world, in a place shaped like a lab, though nothing in it was real. It was memory, dream, shared ground. Before him stood Shahur, not the man, not the god, but a presence radiant and terrible, surrounded by orbiting fragments of lives. Memories drifting like planets around a forgotten sun. His voice did not speak. It entered, I need you, not to remake the universe, but to remember who I once was. Together, they entered the shared memory. There, they relived the moment when Shahur sacrificed himself to become Shahur. Not out of glory, not for power, but because the universe was falling apart, and he could not bear to let it take Ravena or all those whose names would never be remembered. Eran wept, not for Shahur, but for himself, for what he was losing the closer he came to this being of memory and will. Chapter 5, The Choice. To rewrite the universe is to choose which pain to forget. To remember it is to become it. Eran stood at the edge of all things. Before him loomed the reality structure core, a construct of nothing and yet everything. Formless, silent, infinite. And then it appeared. Shahur _0, not a version, not a shadow, but the original echo. The ancient will that gave birth to the myth of Shahur. It didn't speak in words. Its presence bent reality around it. And in Eran's mind, a choice unfolded like a rift in the soul. If you remember everything, it said, you will cease to be Eran. You will become me. But if you refuse, I will unravel, and so will all reality. The universe held its breath. And then Eran saw them, the futures that could be. One path. Yes, the universe rewritten into perfection. All flaws deleted. All memories reformatted. A clean slate. A beautiful lie. The other. Remember, to keep the truth, the pain, the loss, the imperfections, the scars that proved it had all been real. Eran stepped forward. His voice did not tremble. His heart did not waver. I choose to remember. In that moment, Shahur smiled. For the first time, and the last.